Hello everybody, welcome to another tarot reading. My name is Amber and this is Earthy Indigo. I hope that you are doing very well today or tonight or whenever it is that you are tuning in to this reading. We are going to just go ahead and jump into this reading, see what messages come out for us today. I wanted to start off with the Animal Oracle deck and see what messages we could get from the animal spirit world. So let's get a few of these. All right. So we have Deer. Love. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Beautiful message. I love that. So somebody here may be dealing with some feelings of self-worth or self-love. This could also be talking about an actual romantic situation here. I'm also kind of getting like a parental energy with this. It looks to me like a doe and a fawn. So that could be significant for somebody here. Okay, let's grab some zodiac signs and see what comes through. Now this could be your sign. It could be somebody that you're dealing with. Doesn't just have to be your sun sign either. It can be any placements within your natal chart. Okay, I want to get a couple more because we only have two, and I want to get, I just feel called to get a couple more. So let's see if we can get a few more. Alright, we have two more. Interesting. So the number 2 or 4 might be significant for somebody here. Maybe like something about even numbers. Maybe the number 24 or 42. Okay, so starting off we have fire. So fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. We also have the number 23. Now that would reduce down to the number 5. So the 5th month is May. So the month of May could be significant. And then we have Leo, which is a fire sign. So strong Leo energy. And look, we have the number 5 here with Leo. So double 5, double confirmation. Now, 5s do talk about change. So there could be something here that's like, I don't know, maybe for some of you it's kind of like shaking up your world. I'm hearing like rock your world. So maybe there's something coming in here that might be like an unexpected blessing that might kind of take you a little bit by surprise for some of you. Could have something to do with like maybe for some of you, maybe you're being seen in some way or acknowledged maybe publicly for some with Leo being here. And then we have Saturn. So if you're watching this at the time of upload, it is January 11th. So happy 111 portal. But we are in Capricorn season. So Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn can also talk about cycles and it can talk about karma. Saturn is one of the slower moving planets. And it is an earth sign. So we have some earth energy coming in here with all of this fire. Fire is very fast moving, whereas like earth signs and, you know, Saturn is more slower moving energy. So for some of you here, maybe you might be the type of person who like moves a little bit slower, or you need a little bit more time to contemplate a decision before actually doing it. And maybe there's something coming up here that's going to require you to like make some sort of hasty decision or a decision made out of passion. Because fire can also talk about passion. It can also be creativity. There could be some sort of like creative passion. Maybe you've been working on something slowly, some sort of like passionate, creative, maybe a creative passion that you've been kind of like building slowly that's finally like, I don't know, about to like take off or like come to life in some way. But we also have the number 19, which would reduce to 20, which would be a 2. So the month of February could be significant as well for some here. And then we have Uranus, which rules Aquarius. So somebody could be a February Aquarius. And again, we have the number 20. How interesting that we have Fire with 23, which reduces to a 5. And the next card was Leo with the number 5. Then we have Saturn with 19, which would reduce to a 20 or 2, followed by Uranus with the number 20. So there are a lot of synchronicities here. 22 could be a synchronicity for some, maybe 2255, maybe something around like May 2nd or February 5th, maybe like between that time period of like February 5th to May 2nd for some. Those could be birthdays as well. Interesting. So could be Taurus too, with the beginning of May coming out. Beginning of February would be Aquarius energy. Very interesting. Somebody here could really be seeing like angel numbers, or you could be getting like a lot of synchronicity. You could be getting like double or triple numbers. All right, let's get some signs from the stars. And there actually are some angel numbers in here. We'll keep this one out because it wanted to come out. There are some angel numbers in here, so we'll see what comes through here. So what else what other messages do you have for us today? Okay, so that one wanted to come out, and there's one here that's sideways. Or there's two. We'll take those as well. All right, so we've got a lot. We've got a lot. All right, so we're going to start off with water signs. That would be Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So some water energy coming in. Water rules the emotions. We have a Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini. And I always get Virgo energy with Mercury too. Mercury also talks about communication. There could be something here to do about like a Mercury retrograde. There could be somebody from the past maybe coming in wanting to communicate with you. For some of you, it depends on when you're watching this. If you're watching this during a Mercury retrograde, that was hard to say. That could be something for you. You could be having somebody from the past come back in. For others of you, there could be something, maybe some sort of like an emotion is communicated or matters of the heart. We have rose tattoo. Somebody could have a rose tattoo. Somebody's name could be Rose. We have dark hair. Somebody may have dark hair. We have wind chimes. So somebody could have wind chimes. Now these could be you. It could be somebody that you're dealing with. It could also just be like symbols or synchronicities, you know. Confirmation for those of you who may need it. But we have wind chimes here. We have daisies. Something about the spring maybe for somebody here. We have hearts. Somebody might have like seasonal allergies. That's pretty interesting. That's probably specific. So we have hearts. Again, that's talking about, you know, like love, romance, matters of the heart. So there really could be some sort of communication here about matters of the heart for some of you. Whether that's romantic or otherwise, we'll see more in the tarot. We have Uranus again. So a double confirmation on Aquarius. Something significant could take place during Aquarius season for some of you here. For some of you, maybe you've been like really planning or thinking about or contemplating some sort of a conversation or communication, or maybe like this this passion project, this creative endeavor that you're doing. Maybe for some of you, this is kind of like, and this is probably going to be specific, but maybe for some of you, you're kind of like going over different scenarios in your head of like how a situation may or may not go, or how this project may or may not unfold, or like, I don't know, maybe for some of you this is kind of like you're displaying your work in some way, like it's going to be seen by others, maybe for like the first time. Like if you're an artist, and it would be like kind of like you're getting your work put up in a museum or in a gallery, and people are going to be coming and like seeing it and in a way kind of like judging it. So maybe like there's a little bit of like over analyzing perceptions that others may have about you. Interesting. There could be something here too about like picking the words that you use, being specific about words that you use. I don't know. We have Leo again. Double confirmation on Leo and double confirmation on Aquarius. Somebody could definitely be either a Leo or an Aquarius. But again, you know, Leo talks about the ego. It talks about, you know, the, about like being seen. It's also like, it can be, I just keep getting like the spotlight when it comes to this Leo energy. So I just, again, like I'm just getting that there's something about like whatever you're doing creatively. I'm just going to call it a passion project, because that's what it feels like to me, is like a passion project. It does feel creative, but I feel like that's going to be different for everybody. So I'm just going to say a passion project. I feel like it's finally going to be like seen in some way. There's going to be a spotlight on it. Maybe there's going to like literally be a spotlight. For some of you, I'm getting like, this could be, maybe somebody here's doing like an open mic night or something. There could be like a microphone involved and like a spotlight. Somebody could be up on a stage. Interesting. We have butterfly. I love this. But butterflies talk about transformation. Maybe this is like, you know, again, I'm just kind of getting like, I feel like for some of you, maybe like you're coming out of your cocoon. Like maybe this, you know, the symbolic spotlight is you like finally coming out of your cocoon, or like the world finally like seeing you for who you truly are. Or maybe in some way it's just like, however it might resonate for you, like you're finally allowing yourself to be seen, or putting yourself out there more in a way that you can be seen. Does that make sense? I hope that came across correctly. But there's also like this feeling of like kind of an over analyzing how you may be like received by others, whether it, not necessarily like whether or not you'll be liked, but like what kind of an impression you'll make, I guess, or what kind of an impression your work will make. Interesting. But with the butterfly here, like I'm kind of getting, it's like, I feel like it'll be positive. You know, like I'm getting like it's beautiful. So take that how that resonates for you. We have familiar smells. So there could be something familiar about this, like this atmosphere that you're going to for some of you, or like maybe you're going back to like a particular place or a location that has like a familiar smell to it. You could be like, for some of you, there could be something here about like maybe you're getting this is gonna, like, I don't know how really else to say this, so it might sound a little bit weird, but maybe you're getting downloads through scents, or just like random whiffs of a certain scent that maybe doesn't have like an origin of explanation to it, if that makes sense. It's kind of like I said, like it's kind of like weird to try to explain this sensation that I'm getting here, but that's kind of like, I guess, the best way to do it or to have it come across. So familiar smells here. Like, I don't know if there's like a psychic ability that has to do with scent, you know, like there's like clairaudio, and then like, you know, you can there's the vision, and then there's, you know, there's different things like that. But like, is there one with smells? I'm gonna have to look into that. Now I'm curious, how many different ones are there? How many different Claires are there? Somebody's name could be Claire too. There's also like a jewelry store, like a, not like a jewelry store, like a Kay's or like a fancy jewelry store. It's like a little kid, teenager, preteen jewelry store called Claire's. So that could be a significant store for somebody here as well. We have spiders, which fell out and I didn't notice. So somebody could be seeing spiders. Spiders talk about cycles. They can talk about community for some. But again, it's creativity and weaving and creating things, because spiders, like, they weave and they create their webs, and some spiders create some really beautiful intricate webs. And then we have earth sign. So earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So I'm going to say double confirmation on Capricorn, because we did get Saturn as well, and now we have earth sign. So Aquarius, Leo, and Capricorn very strong here in this reading. Okay, let's go to the tarot and see what we get. So we're going to start off with the Witch's Tarot and see what messages come through. So what messages do you have for us today? Okay, so we're going to start off with the Strength card, which is Leo energy. And then we have these here, but we'll get to those. So very strong, very, very strong Leo energy coming through here. For some of you, maybe you're watching this in the future and it's like August. If that's the case, hello from the past, hello from January. But yeah, just take that if that resonates for you. The Strength card here, this talks about like taming your inner lion, you know? This individual on this card is sitting next to this lion very comfortably. You know, the lion is not afraid of her and she is not afraid of the lion, even though this is a big, gigantic cat who could very, very easily, eat her if he wanted to. And, to truth be told, she is also a human being, and if she wanted to, she could probably really hurt the lion as well. So there's a sense of trust, and also like like taming that wild, impulsive urge for some of you, maybe. But it's kind of like it's like a trusting maybe for some of you it's trusting parts of you that scared yourself, but for others of you, I'm kind of getting a sense of like it's trusting yourself enough to know that you're courageous. We have roses again, so something about roses. And then we also have the number, well, I was going to say we have the infinity symbol, but that would be the number 8 sideways. So again, August. Yeah, somebody here's really tamed their inner lion. I feel like for some of you, like if this is a situation where like there's a stage and a spotlight involved, you maybe like you're struggling with some stage fright. And that's kind of like what this is talking about. And that's where, this Strength card is coming in here is, feeling that fear but doing it anyway. That's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting with this Strength card. And then just again, with that Leo, it's just like I'm just getting this really big like showmanship kind of an energy. Like I don't know if you've ever seen Moulin Rouge, but like the guy that does the shows, like that guy, just like his energy and like his just like his energy. I think there's a word for it. I think it's boisterous, but I'm not quite sure. That's just kind of like, that's the one that's coming to mind right now. Okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could also be a feminine, doesn't have to be the case. But this is standing on your own. This is independence. This is somebody who, the Queen of Pentacles, she doesn't really need, she has a queendom. She might be one of the only queens in the deck that, has no problem running her queendom on her own if need be. She has this beautiful pentacle right here. She has fertile lands behind her. She has a rose tree and this, this little dog companion guardian with her as well. So for some of you, like I said, maybe you've worked really hard to reach some sort of an independence. The Queen of Pentacles, I definitely feel like she is a strong, independent type of an energy. Maybe for some of you, like you're, oh, the word just escaped me, but like very, very, very hyper independent. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Maybe you're hyper independent, or you would say that about yourself, but this is also talking about like being a hard worker. The Queen of Pentacles isn't afraid to get her hands dirty, even though she is a queen, she is royalty. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty, to dig in the dirt and plant those seeds if need be. And to be honest, she actually has, and that's why she is able to sit on that throne with that beautiful pentacle and her harvest there, this bouquet of flowers, is because of the fact that she has actually done that. She has done the hard work. And look, we have the Ten of Pentacles. That's just further confirmation here of the firm foundations. Now for some of you, there could be something about an inheritance. With double pentacles coming out like this, I have to talk about the fact that we have pentacles here, which is money. So you could be, maybe for some of you, whatever creative passion project it is that you're doing, maybe there's money involved, or it could bring in some money for you. Maybe there's I don't know, for some of you, maybe you have like family investors, but for others of you, there's a very stable family home here. There's a lot of just a lot of financial security. And like I said, for some of you, there could be something here to do about an inheritance with the Ten of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, I'm just really kind of getting that feeling of that being a case, and we have this like grandfatherly type of figure here holding this, grandchild. What I'm going to say is a grandchild. So, maybe for some of you, this is coming from a grandfather or a fatherly type of figure. There's also another dog here. So somebody could have a dog. It could be very significant. And then we have the King of Swords. Okay, so we have a king and a queen showing up here. Interesting. We have air energy, Taurus, or excuse me, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So we could very well, honestly, we could be talking about a relationship with a king and a queen showing up, and in between them being the Ten of Pentacles, which is family. Could definitely be talking about a relationship at the very least. Like there's two people here. So I'm kind of feeling this Queen of Pentacles as being you, the viewer, although you could definitely resonate with the King of Swords. Take how it resonates for you. Flip it, switch it, reverse it, whatever you got to do. But I am feeling like there are two energies here. So I feel like there's somebody that either you want to communicate with or that wants to communicate with you. I feel like this King of Swords is the one that wants to communicate with this queen here. Because this king, well, we have, air energy, which talks about, communication. And the King of Swords is somebody who communicates very clearly, very directly. But he's also holding this hawk, which, messenger hawks. That's what I always get with that. So I feel like there's some sort of like message that this king wants to give to this queen, that like a very direct, clear message. Maybe this King of Swords is this grandfather energy that I was picking up on. Maybe it's somebody else. Take it how it resonates for you. We'll pull a couple more cards to see what this is about. But yeah, that's what I'm getting off the bat here. Okay, so what can you tell us about this Queen of Pentacles? Let's get a card on the Queen of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Oh, the King of Wands. Holy cannoli. We have another person showing up here. Now, I read court cards as being individuals. So for me, there's three people on the board here. We've got a Queen of Pentacles, a King of Swords, and we've got a King of Wands. We have earth energy, air energy, and fire energy. Taurus. Oh gosh, why do I keep saying that? Somebody could really be a Taurus. Because I keep saying Taurus. Oh my gosh, sorry, fire signs, I just went blank. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So somebody could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Now there could be something here with this King of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles because I asked about the Queen of Pentacles and this King of Wands came out. So let's see what's up with that. Tell me more about this King of Wands. Holy that is way, way, way too many. Hold on. I'm gonna have to put these back and reshuffle. There's like 8 of them that came out. And I am not going to do that. But you know what that does tell me is that there could be something kind of like there could be some chaotic energy between these two. There could be a lot of chaotic energy between this King of Wands. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna, this is what I'm feeling. I kind of feel like this King of Wands is trying to interrupt this reading for some reason. Maybe it's because there's a sense of competition here. I'm getting a really kind of controlling energy from the King of Wands. We'll see what else we get here. But I mean, it's not often that I get that many cards thrown at me like that. So I'm, you know, I'm going to take that as being a sign that this King of Wands energy might be trying to interfere a little bit with this reading. So tell us about this King of Wands. Your bottom of the deck is the shadow side. This King of Wands could be going through some karma right now. Maybe this is, for some of you, maybe this is somebody that you're not connected with. And I don't know, maybe they don't like the fact that you're in the spotlight, or this Queen of Pentacles is in the spotlight. Or that this Queen of Pentacles is, I'm hearing, sitting pretty. Yeah, there's kind of like a competitive energy coming. I want to get this King of Wands like away from the Queen. Hold on, I gotta fix this real quick. I don't feel like this energy should be, I don't feel like they should be that close to each other. So we're gonna put that over here. Okay, so now I kind of feel a little bit, honestly, I feel like I kind of understand why strength is out here. So it may have taken a lot of strength for this Queen of Pentacles to like disengage with this King of Wands, because I am feeling like a really pushy energy from this King of Wands here. You know, I mean, even just like in the way that the cards are behaving. So for some of you, this could definitely be an ex. I may have already said that, but there's a lot of like I feel like this King of Wands is kind of dealing like with a lot of their own like stuff, you know, like karma or shadow side, or like just their own stuff. Do you know what I mean? And for whatever reason, like maybe they're kind of like lashing out at this Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this is kind of like behavior that like is common, and that's where this like Strength card came in here, because I feel like this Strength card should definitely be in between these two. Okay. Tell me more about this King of Wands. Knight of Swords and the Four of Wands. Yeah, so for some of you, Nine of Swords. So there's that pushy energy with the Knight of Swords here. For some of you, this King of Wands might be trying to communicate as well. This could definitely be somebody that you were in some sort of a connection with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can talk about marriage, so you could have been married to this person. Doesn't have to be the case. It could have just been like a really committed relationship. There could be something here to do with like the number 4 or 4 years. Somebody could be saying 444, although I don't think it's in relation to this King of Wands. I think it's in relation to something else. It's interesting. So, I kind of feel like this King of Wands, with the Nine of Swords here, like this King of Wands could be going through, like I said, they could be going through a lot of stuff. They might not be, they might not be sleeping very well. They could be dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety. You know, and like I said, I kind of feel like there's a habit or a pattern here. And I'm not saying that it's still something that's taking effect, but I think that it was something that in past interactions with this person, I think that they lashed out at you and took their problems out on you, and maybe for some of you, you kind of like accepted it and you took it upon yourself, because I do feel like it took a lot of strength to separate yourself from this individual, and I feel like this individual has not, this Knight of Wands, this King of Wands. This King of Wands could be a Knight of Wands in disguise. Maybe they're pretending to be more mature than they are. They're pretending to be more established than they are. This King of Wands could be a parent. This King of Wands could be younger than you too, for some of you. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I feel like this King of Wands here is not accepting the fact, or maybe they just don't understand why you're not reacting anymore. It's like they don't. Okay, I'm kind of getting, it's like I'm kind of getting like a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum, but they don't understand why you're not reacting, why it's not working, why they're not getting what they want, because it used to work. Okay, because you've moved on. 3 of Wands here. You've moved on. You are looking on to the future. You are looking on to your manifestations. You've got this passion project coming in here. You've moved on from this this King of Wands. Whether or not this King of Wands is willing to accept that is really not your problem. And you do have this Lion here in between you two. So you're definitely guarding and guarded from this energy and this person. But yeah, I think that whoever this is, you have definitely, you're done with this energy. I think that you've disconnected from it, you've moved on from it, you're moving forward and looking towards the future. And it looks like for some of you, you have a King of Swords here in the future. Okay, so let's talk about this. I kind of want to talk about the King of Swords before we talk about the 10 of Pentacles. So let's talk about this King of Swords real quick. Can you give me a card on the King of Swords, please? The Hanged Man, Virgo energy. Somebody here could be connected to Odin. Maybe you're watching this on a Wednesday. Maybe you like the Addams Family and Wednesday's your favorite character. Maybe you like the show Wednesday. But I am feeling like a real big pull with Odin. Here, for some of you, this King of Wands could definitely resonate with being a divine masculine. And they've gotten a perspective shift. They freed themselves from something. They've freed themselves from something self-imposed. Because they got a perspective shift. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more, tell me more. 6 of Swords, there could be distance between the two of you. They're moving or they're traveling. Maybe they're traveling towards you. They're moving away from choppy waters towards calmer waters. Maybe they want to move towards calmer waters with you or with this Queen. With 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, they could want to celebrate with you, get together with you. Okay, tell me more. Let's get one more, please. The 7 of Swords. Interesting. 7 of Swords and the 5 of Cups and the Empress. For some of you, you might know who this person is. For others of you, they could be having to... For others of you, this King of Wands may be... How do I say this? They may be moving out of or moving away from another connection. They could still be dealing with, when you connect with them or when they reach out to you, there could still be some heartache here. There could have been some sort of like a betrayal that they faced. It could have been from another feminine. Could have been a Libra or Taurus. For some of you, this other feminine could have believed they were a divine feminine, or it's possible that this King of Wands thought that this feminine was their divine feminine. There could be something here too where there's a child. This King of Wands could have a child with this feminine, or this feminine could be with child for some of you. Or there's some sort of like they created something together. It could have been a business, maybe. Oh. For some of you, it could definitely have been a business, and this feminine has betrayed this king. She stabbed him in the back. Could have had something to do with like being deceitful or lying. I feel like for some of you, like this is really getting specific, but I feel like it could have something to do with like taxes. I don't really know. I'm not a tax expert, so I'm just going to leave that there. That was just kind of a very, very specific message that came through here. But I'm really kind of getting, there was some sneaky behavior. Whether this king was in a relationship with this feminine or he was in a partnership with this feminine, whether it was a romantic partnership or a business partnership or something like that. There was some sort of a partnership, and he was betrayed. He could have thought, for some of you, this King of Swords could have thought that this feminine was more established than she was. For others of you, it's possible that this King of Swords, this is going to be, I think, very specific for just a few of you out there. But I think for some of you, this King of Swords might have thought that they were doing something. They may have gotten themselves into a situation where they thought that they were going to become more established. Then it turned out that they were going to be, and now they're having to restart, or like they're having to move away from a situation. Maybe they're having to like move away from a job or a business or a home, maybe for some of you. But there's definitely change here. There's definitely change going on with this this King of Swords, and it has something to do with whatever situation he was in with this Empress. It didn't work out. I feel like there was a betrayal and a lot of heartache from it. That's sad. I'm sorry. King of Swords. Okay, so, but like, what does that have to do with, like, why is this King of Swords showing up here? Because I feel like for most of you, you're going to be resonating with the Queen of Pentacles. So why is the King of Swords here? If we're just talking about like this other situation, like what does the King of Swords want with the Queen of Pentacles? Five of Wands. What? The Moon. Tell me more. The Nine of Cups. Did this, hold on, let me get one more. Star. Okay. Interesting. Wow. That was a very interesting way of revealing that message to me. My guides. But okay. This masculine wants to reveal to this queen. So this King of Wands wants to reveal to this Queen of Pentacles that they see this Queen of Pentacles as being like their wish fulfillment in some way, and they want to fight for them, fight for the connection with them, fight for being connected with them, fight for working with them. Whatever it is, they want to show this Queen of Pentacles that he is somebody that she wants to work with, you know, in a partnership, whatever that might be, whether that's, again, romantic business, you know, take it how it resonates for you. I feel like this King of Wands sees a lot of potential. Honestly, this King of Wands sees his wish fulfillment in this Queen of Pentacles, but he has not revealed it yet. And for some of you, it could be because he lives at a distance. It could be because he's making there's a lot of movement going on in his life and a lot of changes, but he's also connected with his Empress over here, which I do feel like is in the reverse, but you know, he's connected to this other feminine over here. So I feel like it's something that hasn't been revealed to this Queen of Pentacles yet because he hasn't fully disconnected from this other feminine. But when he does, he wants to come in and he wants to prove to this Queen of Pentacles that that she's his wish fulfillment. Wow, that's really beautiful. We have Cancer and Aquarius energy, and also Pisces energy coming out here with these cards. That is very interesting. I really wasn't expecting that message when we got the Five of Wands. I was about to be like, well, hold up, wait a second, Mr. Air sign over here, or Mrs. Air sign person over here. But this is actually kind of a little shocking, honestly. Like, I kind of feel a little bit at a loss for words. So for some of you, like, if you resonate with this Queen of Pentacles, you might be a little bit at a loss for words when this King comes in. This might be something that takes you completely off guard. Like a just completely unexpected message. Because I do kind of also feel like this Queen of Pentacles isn't really, she's not focused on this King of Wands because she's blocked off this King of Wands. And he can't affect her anymore, but it's not that she she has blocked this King of Wands. I just kind of feel like she's doing her own thing right now, and so she's not really aware that he's even like coming in. So I think that when he does come in, because I do think he's going to, once he deals with this stuff, I think it's going to take her completely by surprise. I think she's going to probably be shocked. For some of you, she could literally be at a loss for words as well. I like it. I like it a lot. We're going to leave the tarot here, and we're going to grab a couple oracle cards. So these are going to be for you, the viewer, however you resonate, whether you resonate with this Queen of Pentacles or this King of Wands. You know, these messages may be applicable to this reading we just had. They may not. The idea of this is just to give you, you know, advice and guidance, because ultimately, you know, that's why I do these readings, is to try and to help in the, you know, one of the only ways that I know how, you know, and so that's what these messages are for. So we're going to get some unicorn affirmators here and see what comes through. All right, we'll do that. So the first one we have is no judgment. I like this one because this is kind of what I was picking up on with that passion project that you have. You know, if you are worried about how others may perceive you or whether or not they're going to judge you, I feel like this is a message for you. So it says, no judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Pardon me. I like that. That's beautiful. And I think that perfectly coincides with what I was saying in the beginning when it comes to that passion project, and, you know, like maybe possibly feeling like people might judge you or judge it. And then we have worthiness. So again, I feel like this also goes hand in hand with that, with this no judgment message. So worthiness. I am worthy of the ultimate happiness. I deserve and accept it. And damn it, I'm not going to feel guilty about it when I get it. Guilt is not invited to my happiness party. I won't even tell him where it is. If he asks about it, I'll be like, no, I think you're thinking of something else. And then I'll run away very quickly. I like that. Okay, last we have wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout, encore. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. I like that card because that's just a nice reminder to, you know, be grateful for the ups and downs, you know, because that's what makes life life. If everything in life was just perfect and wonderful all the time, you know, then it might get a little bit boring. I mean, maybe not. I'm not really sure, but you wouldn't know what a good time was if you had never experienced a bad time. The only way for you to know what a good time is and that it's better than a bad time is because you have experienced a bad time. Do you know what I mean? And when I say good and bad, there are quotation marks around them because these are just words that we apply to any situation or day or scenario or whatever to describe it because we have decided that that is what it is. So I'm going down a little bit of a rabbit hole there, so I'm just going to leave it and we'll get to the last deck, which is Notes from the Universe. I really like this deck a lot. And this is going to be the last deck, so thank you all very much for taking time out of your day or night to hang out here with me. I do hope these messages were helpful, that they resonated. And if you were here just watching and hanging out, then I hope that you had fun. Thank you. Thank you again for just hanging out. Okay, we have two. I really think that twos. Somebody's saying twos here a lot. Like specifically either 22 or 222. Okay. So the first note from the universe we have says, people who give are given to, people who care are cared for, and people who love age slower, run faster, jump higher, eat healthier, tend to live in cottages, are as happy with friends as they are alone, climb more trees, skip when they could walk, kiss when they could talk, take the odd Friday off, experience faster manifestations, and are really popular with animals. Love, baby, the universe. I like that. That's a nice message. Okay, and then last we have, at long last, a 2-point spiritual litmus test. Okay, to see whether or not any old religious doctrine or modern day ism is worthy of celebration. Ooh, I like this. Okay, let's do this. I really like this. All right. Number 1, does it empower all without conditions and favorism? Number 2, is everyone loved, forgiven, and accepted eternally? Hallelujah, the universe. Just another step towards ending war, prejudice, and slow driving in the passing lane. I love this. That is why part of the read I follow says, harm none, do as you will. So basically that means, you know, as long as you're not being a complete and total asshole, it's none of my business. Do what you want, boo. Follow the laws of nature, follow the laws of spirituality, follow the laws of the land, and I got no beef with you. But I like that. I really like that. And I think that this is a beautiful, I don't honestly think that I've ever gotten this card in any reading. I don't even know if I've gotten this in a personal reading. I may have gotten it in a personal reading recently. But I don't think I've ever gotten it on a video reading or even an Instagram reading. So I think the fact that this card right here came out, it speaks a lot about where we are right now as a collective, where we are right now as a species, as human beings, because we are all human beings, no matter what differences we have, which all of our differences make us so beautiful and so unique, and is what makes human beings so beautiful and so unique. But at the end of the day, we are all human beings. But yeah, and this year, you know, I think that I just think that this is a beautiful message, and it's a great way to end this reading, and it's a great way to to start off this year. All right. That's all that I have for you guys. Again, thank you so very much for taking time out of your day or night to hang out here. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye-bye.